Well, hello, I'm Isis, and I just got done with my walk. I'm sitting in my car now. It was a really great walk. I realized, this is not even something I realized, this is something I've always known. I have to have like solitary alone time. I have to have a time where I'm away from everything and anyone and just quiet, because then I can hear. A lot of times you're at work, you're surrounded by people, you have kids, you have a husband, da 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 da, you have friends, and commitments, blah blah. But if we don't take that time, especially, anyone, man, woman, child, even, if we don't take the time to have our alone time, then we're not able to fully hear and ourselves. Maybe our body's crying out for something and we can't hear it until we're quiet. A lot of times when we're giving all those things to other people, we forget ourselves. We're last. And so, as I always say, I'm a big advocate of self-care. We have to take care of ourselves because it's the most important thing. We can't give from a cup that's already empty. We can continue to try to, and basically what's going to happen is that cup's going to break, okay? Because it's not made for that. So take the time that you need for yourself. I don't care if it's 10 minutes and you build up to an hour, an hour at minimum. But just try to figure out a way. Find some really cool things for your kids to get into for an hour and you know that they're safe. Drop them off at a relative's house or find a creative play date or find some friends. People around us also need to know how important it is for self-care as well. Because if you really look at your fellow person, when asked, hey, how are you doing? And somebody's like, oh, you wouldn't care anyway. Maybe they would care. Maybe they might not have the capacity. It's a good thing to at least ask, because maybe somebody might have a solution for you, a resolution for you. Because what I've really found is that I'm doing more going out this year. Doing more meeting up with folks and doing stuff, because I was seriously on hermit mode for, it seems like, a really long time. And I was just okay with that. Me and my bed, besties at this point, okay? But now that I'm outside again, I found that if I go out to a place that I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine, I'm gonna go, I go and I find someone who has the information that I needed for the projects that I'm working on. Or I'm like, oh, I can help with that, or I have a resource for you if I'm too full for that. Or wow, just a listening ear sometimes, So it's the time to kind of be around family, community, friends, and really pour into each other. And that does mean checking up on how people are actually doing and not, brushing it off like, okay, I'm not gonna, hopefully they don't tell me because, I'm not gonna tell them. But let's make things different. But don't go overboard, okay? Don't just dump your whole life story on someone without asking if it's okay. Because some people, like I said before, might not have the capacity, and that is their right. Maybe they're full and they haven't had a day off. So work some things out like it used to be back in the day with the Tupperware parties, and I'm going over to spend the night at da-da-da's house and those type of things. We need to bring back the true community, and community doesn't always have to be what you think it is. It can be expansive, okay? So anyway, that was my thought of the day. So I hope you guys are taking some time. Right now I'm going to go in here, take the best shower of my life, and put on some really warm, fuzzy clothes after I moisturize myself. Self-care, self-care, self-care. And I don't know, do absolutely nothing or do something. We'll see what happens. But either way, I'm grateful right now that I have this moment. I'm going to take it. I'm going to wish that you get your moment soon. Okay? So until next time, if you need me, my info is up there. I'd love to help you out. And my community is in the comments. So leave a comment. Tell people how you're doing, how you're feeling, if you need anything. Like I said, please don't go overboard. Be respectful. Drip before you drop. Okay? And then we'll kind of see what we can do. Like I said, somebody around you has something that you need. So don't be afraid to ask for it. And don't be afraid to receive it. And don't be afraid to give. Okay? All right. And feel it out, because you're gonna know if there's like, it doesn't feel right, what I'm saying? But be real with yourself too, okay? Anyway, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later. Info up there, community comments. Bye.